there, Jean Greer here at Stylish Fireplaces. Today I want to talk to you about linear in-wall electric fireplaces. So what are they and what should you be looking for if you're thinking about getting one? So linear refers to this long, lean shape that you see in the walls behind me. They could range anywhere from 32 to 36 inches wide up to 100 inches wide. There are even some that could go up to 120 inches in electric. So that's what linear means. It's that long shape. In wall would be mounted flush into the wall. So as all of the ones you see behind me, except for one, which we'll talk about, these are all flush with the wall surface. So the flange that goes around the glass is flush with the wall here. So that's what we talk about when we say in-wall linear fireplace. So that's what it is. What should you be looking for? Most linear in-wall fireplaces are designed to be in the wall as you see them here. There are a few that can be mounted on the wall surface, but if that's your intent, you need to check and make sure that it can be done that way. They usually don't come with a bracket that would allow them to be mounted on the wall surface. There are exceptions. There definitely are exceptions, but be very cautious about how the fireplace is meant to be installed. A linear in-wall fireplace will project the heat out the front somehow. So in most cases, there's a slot here above the glass where the heat is going to come out. So it has no impact on anything above it, and it's not blowing up, it's not blowing down, and it's not generally heating up the wall around it. It is pushing the air out, and that's part of the reason it is designed to be in the wall. That's part of the design that makes it suitable for in-wall installation. Generally, there are not any brackets or hardware included that would allow you to then put that unit on the surface of the wall. It would be perfectly safe. There's no clearance reasons why you couldn't do that, but they don't necessarily design them to be hung on the wall unless it specifically says that in the manual, and you would need to check that. There are ways that we can hang a linear in-wall fireplace on the wall. Sometimes it's up to our installers to MacGyver it onto the wall, if you're old enough to know what MacGyver is, but just generally speaking, it's not recommended unless you want to create something custom like this. So here we have an in-wall fireplace just like these ones, but sometimes we encounter a situation in a condominium with concrete walls or other situations where we just can't put the in-wall fireplace into the wall, but that's the one we want. That's the style we like, it's the design we like, we want that fireplace. So what we do is we create a custom frame to hold the fireplace. We put the fireplace into that frame, and then we mount that frame on the wall, and there you have an in-wall unit that goes into the cabinet instead of going into the wall, and then we hang that whole structure on the wall. So that is one little cheat to get around having an in-wall fireplace when you can't put it in the wall. Generally speaking, the models of in-wall fireplace are currently coming in a 6-inch depth, 5.5 to 6 inches. They're designed to be installed into a 2x6 frame. If you don't have 6 inches and you only have 4 inches, so your standard walls in most houses are 2x4, a 6-inch fireplace isn't going to fit into a 2x4 wall. Some manufacturers do make a semi-flush trim kit that you would buy separately, and then that would allow you to put 4 inches of the fireplace into your wall, and then this trim kit would cover up the part of the fireplace that sticks out of the wall. But again, that's not every manufacturer, it's not every style. So if that's your intent, to take a 6-inch fireplace and put it into a 4-inch deep wall, make sure you have a way of doing that. Make sure the manufacturer has allowed for that kind of installation so that the brackets, the holes, the hardware are available, and make sure there's some sort of a trim kit to put around that front edge because it is going to stick out of the wall a little bit. So linear in-wall electric fireplace generally comes 6 inches deep, made for a 2x6 installation. There are some that come in a 4 1/4, 4 inch to 4.5 inch depth to fit into a 2x4 wall. They are the exception. There are very few available, so do not assume that the fireplace you want can be installed that way. And then there are also deeper models. So in electric, deep would mean generally 12 inches, possibly 15, but usually 12 inches into the wall. So clearly that's not going to fit into any standard build out. You would have to be creating a wall specifically for that model of fireplace. Sometimes those models are also taller, so it's still linear in shape, but instead of a 16-inch tall window, it might have a 22-inch tall window, which is pretty impressive when you add that to the length of the fireplace. So generally they're made to fit into 2x6 construction now. A few, very few can fit into a 4-inch wall, and then there are some models that are deeper, up to about 12 inches. So that's a quick overview of what we mean when we say linear in-wall electric fireplace. You can find them on stylishfireplaces.ca. When you shop by style, you'll see linear in-wall fireplaces.